How can you earn $1,000 per month as a music composer? Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? This is Stephen Malin, music composer for the screen, helping you to build a music business that supports your family. Today, we are hanging out in the park, getting some much needed fresh air in the midst of this insanity of the global pandemic, the coronavirus. And so, just a little forewarning, it's just me and Daniel here. Say what's up, Daniel.
What's up?
We are just getting some exercise, practicing our social distancing, so don't worry. But we're gonna be talking about a topic today that is absolutely critical for many of you who are dealing with job loss. And perhaps this is the hope that you need to start making some money as a music composer. So let's dive in. As a full-time music composer for film, TV, video games, and podcasts, I regularly earn a monthly income of about $4,000 to $12,000 per month. So on average, that's about $8,000 per month. And really, that accounts for the ups and the downs of income as a freelancer. So I normally have about 15 to 20 income sources on a monthly basis. And having been a professional musician, full-time musician for about 6 years now, I have a very strong database of information of my budgets every single month that have really allowed me to grow a little bit at a time, step by step, in order to create successful music business. Today, we are talking about 10 ways that you can earn $1,000 per month as a music composer, that you can start that journey today, start earning money that's going to support your family. Hey, check it out. See the lizard? Number 1, custom music. Perhaps the most obvious place to start as a music composer is writing custom music for clients. The pay is great, averaging $500 to $1,500 per finished minute of music. So of course we want as much of that as possible, but the truth is it's not super reliable. When you're starting off in your business and you're really trying to make money, it's probably the least reliable of all the income sources because you never know when a client's gonna contact you or rehire you for another project. Custom music projects are usually large contracts that consist of entire soundtracks for different projects. So they usually last multiple months, sometimes 3 up to 6 or even 9 months or more, depending on the type of project. And so that'll keep your schedule very, very busy. But it's the other months that we're really talking about for the other income sources. If you're curious how to set your rate for custom music, I encourage you to check out my video where I talk about how to set a rate calculator for your website. It completely bypasses all negotiations and makes it super easy for your clients to hire you. Ultimately, there are only 2 ways that you can get more gigs for custom music. You can reach out with cold calling and cold messaging for potential clients, or number 2, you can attract those clients to you. If you're interested in learning more about that, I have a new course called Part-Time to Full-Time Music Composer, where I dive into 10 steps to walk through that process from day 1 to repeat clients. Check it out, link in the description below. In order to earn $1,000 per month with custom music, you only need to write 1 to 2 tracks per month. Number 2, Patreon. Patreon is a crowdfunding platform, very much like Kickstarter, where viewers support a creator by giving a monthly pledge. A lot of creators decide to do multiple tiers, which would be like $1, $3, $5, or some people do really high amounts like $50, $100. But what the viewers are doing is they are pledging to support that creator in their YouTube channel, or in their podcast, or in their fan fiction novels, whatever it is. Now, what's so cool about Patreon is it's a platform that the creator gets paid immediately when someone subscribes to their Patreon page. So I have to pause, and I want to give a shout out to my patrons, TG, Rogue Composing, and Andrew Connor. They get to have one-on-one access to me, where they get to ask their top questions, and they get to send in music tracks for me to give feedback on. And it's a really cool thing because they're helping me, obviously, in my business and in my channel, but they're also allowing me to help them better, to serve them deeper. So it really is a win-win situation. In order to earn $1,000 a month with a Patreon page, you need to have 50 to 200 monthly subscribers. Number 3, production. Producing other people's tracks is also an amazing way to make money. On average, you can charge $500 to $1,000 to produce another composer's or songwriter's track. So one of the best clients here is a young musician, perhaps a songwriter who's really good at putting piano chords down or guitar chords with lyrics, but they don't know how to make chord charts, they don't know how to record, they don't know how to produce. So this is an amazing way to help them in their careers while also making a quick buck for yourself in a very clean and honest way. This is exactly what I do with my new series, Level Up Live, which is where I help you guys take your production to the next level. It's a series of live streams where I take your MIDI information, your composition, but then I produce it using my instruments, using my libraries and plugins and software. The whole purpose behind this is to help you get your music to sound the best it possibly can. In order to earn $1,000 per month with production, you need to produce 1 to 2 tracks per month. Number 4, composer assistant. Every busy composer needs help. As a busy composer myself, I'm always hiring out assistants to help with admin work, to help with uploading music, to create spreadsheets, to contact clients, a host of things. And then there's the musical side, which is additional music or even co-composing, which is super valuable. So what's so cool about this particular job is every single one of you can do it today. There are a lot of composers out there that need help right now on their active projects. And all you have to do is ask. Show them that you are capable of doing the job, show them some previous experience, and they're likely to hire you. I normally hire out my composers for about $80 to $200 per project, which is really only a few hours of their time. But for the higher skilled, leveled type work, which really takes a lot of music training and experience, things like orchestration, where I might write a piano sketch and then send it to them to produce, or even additional music, where they're actually writing additional music for the big project. In those situations, I normally pay 20% of what my big project fee is. So for example, if a client pays me $5,000 for a project, I can pay an orchestrator $1,000 to take my idea and to turn it into a realized production. This is such a win-win for both parties. If you want to make $1,000 per month as a composer assistant, then you're either going to need 5 to 13 active jobs doing the smaller projects, more like the admin work, or for the higher paying jobs like orchestration, additional music, you're going to need 1 to 2 jobs per month. Number 5, teaching music lessons. Teaching is one of the easiest and most sustainable ways to get music income. Mostly because when students want to learn something, they want to hire you multiple times, and usually on a regular basis. They want to have a 30-minute to 1-hour lesson every single week for a long period of time to learn a skill or a trade. So there are a lot of things that you can teach with music. You can teach music theory, how to produce music. You can teach notation. You can teach music business skills, and really anything in between. And if you have a special skill set that you are one of a few people that can actually teach well, then you should charge way more than other teachers. The other cool thing about teaching is that it can be in person or online. So in a situation like right now where everyone is stuck indoors, this is an amazing way to make income right now. Music lesson rates usually start around $50 for a lesson and go all the way up to $400 or even more if you are a master of a skill set. In order to earn $1,000 per month with music teaching, you only need between 3 and 20 students per month. Number 6, instrument recording. Chances are, as a musician, you already play an instrument. It could be piano, violin, guitar, whatever. Maybe you sing and you can record your vocals, or you can record whistling. It doesn't matter. There are people out there willing to pay you. It could be other musicians, other composers, or it could even be your own clients. This is something I do all the time because it's an amazing way to add an extra line item to an invoice. So usually I'll work with a client and they'll ask me to write custom music. Maybe I'll also hire an orchestrator, arranger, whatever, but another line item on there will be for the instrument recording itself. So usually I'll play guitar or percussion or violin, whatever. The whole purpose is to utilize your skill sets to make as much money as possible while serving your clients. On average, you can charge between $150 and $300 per track on your instruments. And the best part is, if you play multiple instruments, you can double up or triple up, and your clients will totally understand. Because if you're not gonna play it yourself and you need live instruments, then you're gonna record someone else anyway. So it's just an amazing way to really rack up the dollars on something that will already be done for a project. So if you wanna make $1,000 per month recording instruments, then you only need to record about 4 to 20 tracks. So far, we've talked about 6 ways to earn $1,000 per month, but they've all been services. They've all been active income sources, which always requires time for your dollars. For the next 4, let's talk about products, which are passive income, which basically means that you put one-time investment into it and then you get to reap the benefits of it forevermore. Let's jump in. Number 7, music licensing. One of the easiest ways to start earning passive music income is to sell the tracks you've already created. These could be demo tracks, revision tracks, or even just rejected tracks. Chances are you have dozens or hundreds of these just laying around. So do something with them, sell them today. There are a ton of marketplaces out there. My favorites have been Audio Jungle and Pond 5 for really any kind of commercial music, maybe some soft instrumental piano or any kind of corporate tracks that you know are gonna work well in a business setting. You can sell these on marketplaces for about $15 to $20 per track, or if you wanna create music packs, which means maybe 12 to 16 tracks in an album type setting, you can sell those for about $20 to $30 for the entire pack instead. Now, of course, this is a numbers game. It's all about the quantity that you upload. So if you really wanted to make a full-time income with just music licensing, you gotta be outputting about 5 tracks a week at least. At least that's what the dedicated pros are doing. If you're a video game composer and you have a lot of game music to put up online, then sites like itch.io or even Game Dev Market are fantastic places to sell music packs. I particularly love Game Dev Market because you get 100% of your earnings, versus some of these other sites which are more like 30 to 50% revenue, which it takes a lot. It takes a lot of these sales to try to make a living out of it. In order to earn $1,000 per month with music licensing, you need to sell about 30 to 220 tracks per month. Number 8, music education and tools. Another amazing way to start earning income today is to start selling what you can. What this means is digital products. So it could be things like books, courses, it could be even plugins and sample libraries. If you can create it and it adds value to your customer base, then you should make it and start selling it. You can sell digital products directly from your own website or from others, but just keep in mind that if you go through others, that they're gonna be getting a cut of the revenue. So just be careful there. On average, you can sell digital products for $10 up to about $200. You can certainly go beyond that point, but you gotta realize that you're gonna have significantly less people buy those things and it could become an issue. So just starting off, I would probably hover around the $100 to $200 range when possible, because to be honest, it takes just as much work to market a $200 product as it does a $10 product. So I'd much rather see you get a bigger return for your time. If you want to earn $1,000 per month with music education and tools, then you need to sell between 5 and 100 of these products per month. Number 9, affiliate links. Becoming an affiliate partner for another company's products is one of the greatest ways to earn passive income, because there's really no limit to the amount of money that you can make. Because what you do is you partner with another company, and when you share that link, that URL to their product, you get a commission every time your audience buys from that link. This is such an incredible concept because you either don't have the resources to create something or you don't have the time to create something. And it's just an incredible way to leverage other people's hard work to both benefit them, yourself, and then of course your audience. Some of my favorite companies to partner with are Amazon, ConvertKit, sample library companies, plugin companies, other course teachers, and really anything within the music education or tool space that helps you guys grow your music businesses. My ultimate goal as a creator is to help you build your music business. So when I'm choosing companies to affiliate with, I want to make sure that there's an integrity there, that the product I'm recommending is A, something that I actually use, and B, something that's going to help you get the result that you need. If you choose to go down this route of becoming an affiliate with a company, it's really important that you always have a disclaimer. You always share with your audience that, hey, this is a link that supports my business at no additional cost to you. It covers you legally, and it also helps you to be upfront and honest with your audience. Most affiliate deals earn you between 5 and 15% of the final sale from your customer base. If you want to earn $1,000 per month with affiliate links, then you need to sell between 28 and 65 affiliate sales per month. Perhaps you're interested in becoming an affiliate partner for my products. Well, shoot me an email, steven@stevenmalin.com. And if I feel like you're a good fit and your audience is a good fit for my products, I'd be happy to partner with you. Number 10, manage other composers. This is by far my favorite way to make money as a composer. Because number one, it allows me to write music, but it also lets me employ other composers. So what we do here is whenever I get hired for a project, if it's a large project that I know I don't have the time or bandwidth within my schedule to complete, then I'm going to bring on assistant composers. This could be an orchestrator or an additional music composer. But the whole purpose here is I'm going to get paid a set rate, let's say $5,000, and then I'm going to pay a percentage to the other people in my team, and they're gonna do a portion of the work. So in this example, I might give $1,000 to the orchestrator to take my piano sketch and to produce it, and then I might also hire an assistant composer to do additional music for another $1,000. And what I'm doing is I'm focusing on my top skill set, which is to write the core music, to write the main themes, to write really just the meat of the project. And then when I dish out the rest of the work and I outsource, I'm supplying a job for them, giving them a great pay, and obviously finishing the job in time. So in this example, if I'm paid $5,000 and I dish out $1,000 twice, then I'm making a profit of $3,000 for only doing usually about 20% of the time investment. So this is an amazing use of the 80-20 principle, which is where I'm using 20% of the time to get 80% of the profit, and then flip that to help other composers in their careers as well. So if there's ever an opportunity that you can start being a manager, more of a quality assurance person within your business, you're going to have a way more fun time because you're going to continue to write music, but you're also helping other people and having a really fun time with the collaboration of your team. If you want to earn $1,000 per month as a manager of other composers, then you really only need one project per month. There you go. There are 10 ways to earn $1,000 per month as a music composer. Now, think about it. If you were to do all 10 of these every month, you'd have a 6-figure business. Even if you were only to earn half that much, it's probably enough to sustain your family and to start building a real music business for yourself. Now, let's head back to the studio, and I want to take a look at a couple of income statements that really show how this 15 to 20 income sources per month can actually build a real and sustainable music business. Let's check it out.
So here we are inside the studio, and I wanted to take a look at 2-month income statements. Particularly, I wanted to go back and find 2 months back to back that had starkly different income amounts. Some that are high, something that is low. So I found back in 2019, in the month of February/March, and then March/April, the 2-month period, I found that the incomes were very high and very low. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it was my highest and lowest ever. It just means that this was a little point in time where it was high and then low. Now, the purpose of me showing you this is so that we can be very prepared for the ups and downs in business. Because the truth is we have very high months and we have very low months as freelancers. So it's really important that on the high months, we set aside any of those extra savings and we hold on to that for months that are a little bit lower. So let's take a look at the first month where my total income was $6,650.31. And you'll notice that the actual total income was a little bit higher than that, $7,639. But when we subtract the business expenses for that month, things like digital services and if I hire out help and things like that, it takes it down to the 6,650 number. Now on the left side, I have a column called regular income, and this is where each of the income sources is listed here on the left. And then on the right side, I just have that figure multiplied by 12 for, if I were to earn that amount 12 months in a row for an entire year, it's a nice way to project out what I call a regular income or an annual income, that if I were to continue to do that, the same thing for 12 months, that would be my income for the year. So if that's multiplied out, that'd be 91,000. And then the gross for that would be 79,000. And it's just a nice, barometer, so to speak, to help project out what if I could sustain exactly what I did this month. It's a really good confidence booster to help plan ahead. And chances are, if you start doing this every single month, you're going to start seeing some trends about what works and what doesn't work, and you're going to have a much better control of your finances. So you'll notice that in this month, I had course sales of $1,300. We had music streaming of $148. Not a lot, but those are things like Spotify and Apple Music, Amazon, and that kind of thing. So 148 is pretty standard. If you're getting maybe 10,000 to 50,000 listens per month, so you got to get a lot of streams to make some money. Music licensing. So I have multiple sites that I put music on, and they perform differently every single month. Sometimes they're high, sometimes they're low. So it's good to have multiple streams coming in. So notice how this one had 55, 33, and 39, but Music Licensing 2 didn't make anything that month. YouTube AdSense, apparently that month I wasn't performing too well, wasn't getting a lot of views, and so there was not a threshold greater than $100 to pay out. YouTube Music Royalties, this is when other YouTubers use my music and they forgot to pay. And so there are services that will go and collect that money and pay that to me. Digital and physical album sales were nothing that month. I have multiple affiliate income sources, and even since this date, I have significantly more. I have about 10 right now, but in these earlier days of affiliate marketing for me, I just had 3. And you'll notice how only one of those had a payout, but it was $63, which is pretty good. And those numbers definitely climb over time the longer you have them and the more you promote them in all of your online content. And then down here, this was a big payout. This was a custom music job for an online video series. I don't remember exactly how many videos. That was probably 2 videos, if I'm not mistaken, which is probably, 5-ish minutes of music, which is pretty standard rate, about 1,000 per minute. And then the second income for custom music that month was $450, and that was for a video game soundtrack, and that was likely just 1 minute of music. Video games, indie games usually don't pay as much. They don't have as high of a budget, so you have to kind of work with them and what they're doing. And the last one here, apparently I had a private coaching session, just one, which was $367 for that person. Add it all together, get $7,600 minus business expenses, $6,650 is the gross income for that month. Not bad, not bad. Let's take a look at the second month. And this is kind of funny because it's very different. You see all the black space. Black space means I earned nothing from that income source. So check this out. This is just terrible. $248 for the entire month. Now I did have actual earnings of gross income, $1,285. But when you subtract really high business expenses for that month, $1,037 for business expenses, not personal expenses like food, clothing, water, shelter, whatever, but this is just for the business and sustaining it and keeping things running. the net income was only 248. So you'll notice how we have some of the same items that are consistent, such as course sales. That was 553, about half as much as the previous month, but it still paid a decent amount. TV royalties, so for me, that's BMI. That means that probably on 1 or 2 shows at really bad hours of the day, so probably like 2 a.m. in China or something. That's why it's so low. But it just means during that pay period that 1 or 2 of my tracks landed on a very unpopular show. There have been other months where it's thousands, just depending on if it's on a primetime big TV show. Then yeah, you're gonna get paid a lot more. Music streaming, notice it's about that 150 mark again, and I've seen that grow over time, but it's a very slow climb because as you build an audience and more people listen to your stuff, that's what's going on. Music licensing, it looks like only 2 out of 5 of the sites paid out, and that's because with music licensing on these websites, you have to hit a certain threshold. It's usually about $25 or sometimes 50 or 100 before they pay out any earnings, because there is a cost to transfer that into your bank account, so they don't want to waste money. So only 2 of those got to pay out this time. And then YouTube, still in that month, that was just a low month for me. And this is a very important thing to realize if you are a YouTube creator or a podcast creator or whatever. This is a very telltale sign for me as a creator. If I had 2 months in a row that did not break the $100 threshold on YouTube, it means that my views are not hitting enough, which means I needed to go back and change my thumbnails, my descriptions, my titles, because something's not working. My content could be great, but it just means that my people are not seeing it enough and not engaging with it enough. So I'm clearly doing something wrong. And so that's a great indicator when you have a lot of black space. It helps remind you, okay, let's see what exactly is going wrong. Let's go back to the months that did work and let's analyze what worked during those months. That's a great way to move forward and to always be growing. Same thing with digital and physical album sales, nothing. So that's another great learning opportunity. With my affiliates, only 1 of them paid out this time. And this is definitely another learning opportunity that I have grown a lot from since, because if you were to look at my more modern statements, close to all, if not all of my affiliates, of my about 10 affiliates, are all paying out every single month, because I've learned how to keep them consistent over time. And these little 45s and 50s and 100s really do add up when you start to have a lot of them every single month. And then that month, apparently I played at a wedding. I played piano. So speaking of performing and instrument recording, that's something that's very viable. In this situation, didn't pay very much, but it was still something. And then another private coaching session. Looks like I had 1 that month. And that helps to all add up together. At least I was profitable in that month. But the main point here is whether you're making a ton or a little, you really got to make sure that you're trying to project out the entire year. And you'll notice what's interesting here is if I were to make this amount every single month for 12 months, it would only be a $15,000 income. But then if you subtract business expenses at that amount, it's only $3,000, $2,900. That is not an income to live on. So this is a great learning opportunity that this is not enough income per month, and that this is, for this income, this is too much of a business expense. So likely what I did the following month is I increased my income by doing what worked more and by decreasing my outgo to make sure that this is a larger margin, a larger gap, which brings me a larger net income, which is what we're all here to do.
Thanks for watching, guys. If this video was helpful for you, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this every Wednesday. If you're ready to take your music business to the next level, I encourage you to check out my course, Part-Time to Full-Time Music Composer. This is a new course I have on Udemy, which has 10 steps that are gonna take you through the process of branding, marketing, and sales to start building up your business for repeatable and predictable income. If you would like to take advantage of the 20% discount, check out the link in the description below. Also, at the end of the month, my good friend Dan Holzman over at Video Game Music Academy is giving a conference, a free conference, kind of like a GDC for the entire world to participate in. And I'm giving a talk there on this exact topic of how to earn $1,000 per month as a music composer. If you want to be a part of that live Q&A, check out the link in the description below and come be a part. Until next week, check out my music business rant playlist right over this way, and I'll see you then.